Hello, this is Christina Luna. Welcome to our video series about diabetes, education for diabetes, supported by Valley Health Partners. And today we're going to talk about food with Mercedes, our diabetes educator. Mercedes, you're a diabetes educator. What is a diabetes educator? What do you do?
So a diabetes educator is not necessarily a nurse, can be another clinician, but what we do is we help people teach them the 7 behaviors they need to learn so they can self-manage and make good decisions to keep their diabetes in control.
Yeah. So can anybody that has diabetes get a diabetes educator? Is it part of the plan of the insurance?
They can get it through their insurance, they can get it through asking their provider, or they can go on the website and look for the diabetes educator in their area.
Yeah. You were talking about 7 things that you need to know to manage your diabetes. What are those 7 things?
So one is the lifestyle, learning how to eat, not eating, activity, and if they're on medications, how they work. The medications don't control, don't lower the sugar, they simply help the body parts that don't work right in diabetes work better. And they learn monitoring their medication, they learn checking their sugar, they learn activities to help their bodies burn the carbohydrates that they've eaten and help control that sugar. And they help their acceptance of the diabetes and their mental health.
The mental health. So today let's talk about lifestyle and food because we always relate food with diabetes, right? And what is the diet that you have to have when you're diabetic? And how is it different for diabetic 1s and diabetic 2s?
So I don't use the word diet. It's learning how to eat, not eating, which is the same for type 1 or type 2. So learning how to eat. What are the reasons that we eat? Well, your body's in constant construction, making new cells, new tissues, new bone. You see the new hair, you see the new nails, you see the new skin. Everything inside is new also. It comes from construction materials, food. There's 4 different kinds of food. Food, protein. Have you heard of that word, protein?
Of course.
So what is that? Anything with 2 legs, 4 legs, and eyes that was alive is protein, does not turn to sugar. You can eat as much as you want.
What about vegetarian people or vegetarian proteins?
Yeah, they can get their protein through the vegetables, through the different soy proteins, through different non-meat sources. But still protein does not turn to sugar from any source. Also fat is very important, does not turn to sugar. Good fat, real olive oil, real butter, not margarine, not Crisco, not artificial things. Avocados, nuts, those are good fats do not turn to sugar. Then you have all the greens that the rabbits love to eat from your garden. Eat as much as you want. They don't turn to sugar. So what turns to sugar we call carbohydrates. So you learn to eat the amount of your preferences so you don't exceed an amount to have a storm or a hurricane of carbs at the same time. What are carbs? Anything from the earth, potatoes, yams, anything from the wheat products, bread, cereals, crackers, all fruit, good vitamins, nutritious, but they turn to sugar, all juices, and all milk, all rice and all beans. Very good nutrition, all those food, but they turn to sugar, so you watch the amount at the same time.
So are you telling us that even if you have diabetes 1 or 2, you can still eat a pizza?
You can still eat a pizza, but you won't want the whole large pizza all at once.
Okay, so let's talk now about portions. What are the portions that we should eat? Because you say that we shouldn't overeat carbs, right? We can overeat everything else.
Right. So how do you know how much? So you think of it like this. You go to the bank, you don't ask, do I have a little or a lot of money? You want to know exactly what you have. You want to know how many carbs you're putting in your body at each time that you eat or drink. So for a woman, it's 45 to 60 grams of carbs per meal of food and drink. For a man, it's 60 to 75. Lifestyle. Remember, the sugar in the blood is a river. It has waves. The waves are birthday parties, Christmas, Thanksgiving. You can feast. But it's your lifestyle that maintains the level of the sugar and within a certain range. So it's the amount. And you learn the amount of your preferences that you like so that you limit to that no more than those grams.
So let's give us an example of what your regular people, your patients want to eat. And how much should they eat? Give us good good ideas and bad ideas.
So one of the important things is to learn anything you buy has a label. You want to read the label correctly. Two things for diabetic: serving size and carbs. You don't look at the sugar because sugar is what they add, but carbs is what turns to sugar. And so the serving size is only about, the label is only about that serving size and not about the whole gallon or the whole box. So you read that, and if you don't have a label, you can ask Siri or ask Google with your smartphone. For example, you can ask how many carbs, you always say the amount, how many carbs in 1 cup of cooked white rice, for example, and it'll tell you 45 grams in 1 cup, which is 8 ounces. So then you know.
Okay, so we have to eat, so we have a bag of cookies, we should eat the whole bag, just the portion size for 1 serving, right?
Right. So you look at the serving size. How many cookies? 1 cookie, 2 cookies? How many carbs? They're all different. So then you know.
What about sodas and a pizza? How many slices can you eat if you're a man, if you're a woman, for example, and the sodas that everybody likes so much?
Right. So soda is a hurricane. Soda is putting in carbs, a storm of carbs, all without even knowing it. Tastes
What about
good.
diet soda?
Yeah. So you read the label. Serving size, it'll say 1 bottle, 8 ounces. Carbs from 0 to 5, not more than 5 grams of carbs per serving size is okay. More than 5 is a hurricane. So you have to find how many carbs in that serving size of that drink. Regular soda has huge amounts of carbs. Not just soda. Any sweetened drinks, Gatorades, anything you buy, you need to look at the label.
So what are the common things or mistakes, things that we don't know that we do, that you see in your patients?
So one of the common things is thinking diabetes comes from sugar only, sweet things. It's not, it's diabetes is about 8 parts of your body that don't work right. So how many carbs come in is just one part of it. Lifestyle and what you drink, reading the labels, not choosing drinks that have more than 5 carbs. Reading labels is always a problem. It's not, they don't read it right. You don't look at the sugar, you make a decision based on the carbs.
Thank you, Mercedes. So, guys, so now we have learned that we can eat everything, but we should not so many carbs in 1 meal, right?
Right.
So we cannot eat a piece of pizza, a juice or a soda, and an ice cream in the same meal?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably that would be a hurricane.
Yeah. Thank you, Mercedes. Thank you, amigos. In this video, we have learned a lot of different things. Maybe you know some of them, but basically, we have to learn how to read labels, right?
You read labels,
Portions,
portion sizes, movement, and the 4 foods.
and the 4 foods. So portions, types of food, movement, and the 4 foods. And then you will be fine. If you don't have a diabetes educator, please find one. And if you have any questions, let us know and we will connect you with Mercedes. Thank you to Valley Health Partners for these videos supporting diabetic education. Thank you.